Well, we're up here for the long weekend, about 3.5 days for us, and a couple of them are supposed to be rainy and a couple are supposed to be really nice. And we've mapped out our jobs for this trip up. I'm eager to work on a new pathway down the hill to the lake and try and lessen the slope. Pretty big job, so we won't get it done, but we can get it started. And Anna's decided she wants to get her hands on the front door and do a total refinish on it. We bought it off Kijiji online and it needs a little work. And maybe we'll also put a finish on the bunk beds. And other than that, whatever happens, happens if we have any extra time. Plus, on the couple nice days, it'd be really nice to get outside and enjoy the lake and stuff. So we'll get at her and try and get those things done. Our pathway down to the water from the cabin is a little bit steep. We really like it, and we've kept it natural and wild. And you'll see the path here as we go down. It's really nice. But there is some areas on it where it's a little steep and tricky in some places. Now it just rains, so it's slippery as well. I like it. I like it that way. But we've had friends here, and they've had a little bit of difficulty getting down, and it could be tricky, and you could fall. And I'm thinking in the future, I might not be able to navigate this as well as I'm doing these days. So Anna and I have been considering different pathways to get down here. Maybe something a little gentler, but it's hard to find. It's a big hill. So we've tried a number of different ways, and now we're going to experiment traversing the hill on an angle and maybe reducing the steepness that way. That's not the one I wanted. No. Okay. To make our new pathway a more gentle path down to the water, we need some big trees to lay down to help build it up and make it level. So we found this tree here, right here, and we've got our rope on it. And so now I'm going to try and cut it and persuade it to follow the direction we need, which is towards us like this. So we've got the rope up. Anna's going to pull on the rope, and I'm going to saw it, and if all goes well, everybody will be safe, and the tree, hopefully, fingers crossed, falls right down here, because it is leaning a little bit the other way.
Perfect.
We chose to take this tree down, obviously because it was dead, but it's also cedar, and we think what's remaining of the tree, the cedar, will last pretty well. Plus, it's nice and long, and we needed something like 35 feet long, and it's also close to the path we want to make, which is right there. So somehow we've got to get this big 35-foot trunk over here. Good thing I got Anna. She'll get it done. Ready? Go. Well, thank you for helping. Ready? Go. Ready? Go. Okay. How much before it clears?
About another foot.
Okay.
Just wait. Okay.
1, 2, 3, go. Is it cleared?
I think it could roll over this.
Well, bring it a few more inches this way. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. Now you trying to swing your end down while I hold this end.
Okay.
So now the tough part, we're going uphill.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
Good
go.
boy. Oh, good boy. Oh. Okay. It's all right. It's all
You
right.
try and just pull towards you as much as you can anyway. You
Okay.
can't do it much, but try.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, go. We were getting inches. 1, 2, 3, go. It's okay, bud. It's okay. It's all good. See, I'm thinking we'll lift this up and get rollers under here, and we'll roll it up there. Okay, here we go. Again. Okay, it's not rolling on it now. So we're trying to push this big log uphill now, and we're finding out it doesn't want to go. So we're going to try the roller method. We've just picked up half a dozen logs, and I'm going to push down on the one end, and then it's going to fire the logs or rollers underneath, and then we'll see if we can push it on the rollers. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we need a roller a little further up.
There.
Now it might roll on that one for a bit. I don't know.
There.
1, 2, 3, go. Okay, good. Hold on a sec, I'll get some footing. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Oh good, we're past that tree, eh? Okay, let's give it another one. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh. Well, yesterday we cut down this big cedar. It was dead and a little bit rotten in the middle. And we dropped it right here. And then Anna and I, we maneuvered it down the hill. Wasn't so bad going down. And as we got it partway down, we tried to turn it along the side of the hill, which we've done. And we've got it leaning up against a few trees across here. Now, what we're hoping is we can make a gentler pathway coming up this way. And we could also put a railing attached to this tree right here. Now, that one tree doesn't cover, it's about 30 feet. It doesn't cover the whole length of the path. So we do need some more trees right here to link up with it. So that's what I'm going to do this morning, is look around for some other trees we can put in this area. There is another standing dead tree right here, real close to the area where we need to put another tree across here. So if I could cut that tree down and have it drop this way towards me, we might be able to lay it from this tree over to where the other one ends, over there. So we'll give that a try. We've managed to get a rope around the tree about halfway up, so we're going to try and cut it, and Anna's going to try and pull it so that it comes down in this direction between that tree and falls right down here. I was leaning downhill, so I don't know how successful we're going to be, but we're going to give that a try, and hopefully it doesn't get hung up on the branches of these other trees, because that'll create another problem. Good job. We've managed to move this big cedar into the pathway, and it's held up nicely by this big tree here. And this will be the path coming down here, and this is where it meets up. Whoa, that's why we need a path. I just went down. That's where it meets up with the other big tree, so we'll have to do some kind of adjustment here to make them mesh together better. I'll pick this end up. We'll just leave that end.
Oh, I'll pick it up too.
Okay, here we go. Okay, about another, another 6 inches, I think.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Now watch your fingers.
Yeah. I filled that gap pretty good.
Yeah. Oh,
How's that?
that worked.
I need to find some longer pieces, somewhere between 8, 9, and up to 15 feet. I would prefer cedar, but I can't find any right now. So I found this fallen balsam fir here, and it looks fairly straight, and even though it's dead, I think it's fairly solid. So I'll try cutting a 15 footer off this end here and see if I can carry it back. Well, that's a 15-foot piece cut right there. Now the big question is, can I move it myself? Because I've got to go a long way through the forest here to get to our spot. It's the Canada Day long weekend this weekend, and that's probably the greatest exodus of people from the city out to cabin and cottage country of the year. And people look forward to those 3 days. Now, unfortunately, Saturday and Sunday have been cold and rainy, and this is Sunday right now. So people have been a little disappointed. There's no beach weather, and tomorrow's supposed to be pretty good though. But anyway, because of these cold temperatures, we were actually thinking of having a fire tonight, our first fire.
Oof.
Well, for the end of June, the temperature is actually quite cool this weekend. It's about 16 Celsius or around 60 Fahrenheit right now. And it's supposed to go down to 10 Celsius tonight. So we have our new wood stove, and we thought we were going to have to wait until maybe the end of August to run it. But because it's going down to 10, we're going to give it a shot. This is it. This is the moment.
Just an inch. Oh,
So the doors to be left ajar 1 inch for how long?
yeah, until everything's fully engulfed in flame. And then add a few small logs and then close the door.
Okay. We'll let her get going then. We're struggling a little bit to get the fire going. It seems to go pretty well when the door is open because it's drawing a lot of air, but the instructions say to close the door to a 1/2 inch, and when you see a good flame, close it right up. Well, as soon as we do that, the fire seems to go out. So we're leaving it open for a while, hoping that pretty soon we'll be able to close the door. Just doesn't seem to be drawing enough air. Houston, we have liftoff. So, a new day and a slightly new plan for the pathway down to the water. We've got all our big logs in place, but I want to change the angle of this really big 35 footer, the first one we cut yesterday. And break it up in the middle there, cut it in the middle, and push it out to that big tree there, changing the course just slightly. And the main reason is it's too steep right here. So don't want to cut a 35-foot tree, but because once it's cut, it's not 35 feet any longer. But here we go. Well, Anna finished sanding down the metal door and put 1 coat of primer on it. But because the sanding took it down to the bare metal in a few places, especially along here and down here, the primer didn't cover it the same consistency all the way along. So she's going to do a 2nd coat of primer on it right now. So after 3 coats of primer, the metal seems to all be covered, and it looks pretty good. Actually, I'd be quite willing to leave it the way it is, but Anna's insisting on the final exterior coat. So, just 1 coat?
I think it's gonna need 2.
Maybe 2 coats. But to me, it's looking pretty good. So last week we made the bunk beds, and this week we'd like to put a finish on them to protect them. And we originally bought this Bear water-based stain and poly all-in-one, and it's a classic oak color, and we thought that would be good. But then we got here and looked at it and said, geez, we really like the grain the way it is. It's a little on the white side, but we thought, let's keep it that way. So we're not going to use that stain. We're in fact, and Anna's stirring it right now, using just straight Varathane, and it's going to dry clear, and you'll see all the grain, and the wood will show through. So Anna's just starting it now. It probably will take 3 coats.
And it dries so fast.
Does it?
Yeah, that you touch it and you go, uh-oh, I haven't done this part, but you know you have.
Yes. If there was ever any question as to how we became River Rock Cabin, this should answer it. There's rocks everywhere. On the surface, rocks. You dig down, more rocks. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just going through them all, kind of looking for rocks with flat sides. And I'm collecting them and then taking them down the new path, and I'm trying to fill in the gaps at the bottom of the logs so that when we put some fill in there, the fill won't just seep through. I think Anna Tom Sawyered me here. She convinced me that this was a lot of fun. Way down there, bud. You back? Well, I'm at the bottom of our newly formed trail here, coming down the hill, and what I'm going to be doing is putting railings all the way down from tree to tree, but I don't have a conveniently located tree down at the bottom here. So what I've done, right where Shep's dropped his ball, I've carved a hole in this cedar trunk, and I'm going to attach a 4x4 post right there, and it will be the bottom post for the railing. And then we'll just walk up the pathway here. The railing will run from that post to this tree, and then we'll run them from tree to tree all the way up, next tree, and so on. So we'll just walk the path, and we'll have railings all the way up here, across to here. It's much flatter than the other one, although there's some steep parts. And we'll do it from tree to tree all the way up. And that'll be for next time, because we've pretty much run out of time for this visit. And also, I'm going to be looking into what kind of fill I can order to have that we can drop in here and level this all off all the way down. So anyway, I think it was successful, but it's going to take more than a couple days to complete this project. Oh, what do you know? Shep's got a ball to throw. Should I throw it? Hey, we're going this way. So the bed now has had 3 coats of Varathane on it. It's protected on all sides, and Anna's just replacing all the slats right now. It's pretty much dry and hardened. I'm not sure we're going to put the mattresses on right away, but it's back in place and just ready to slip the mattresses on whenever we feel the finish is hard enough. Well, our front door now is like brand new. Back in the early construction stages, we picked up this used front door on Kijiji, and it needed a little work. And over the weekend, Anna put about 6 hours of sanding in, right down to the bare metal, 3 primer coats and 2 finish coats. But I gotta say, it was worth all the effort because it looks brand new. She did a great job. So this weekend we managed to tackle the front door, the bunk beds, and the steepness of the hill, and it all went reasonably well. But we kind of ran out of time, so we're packing up and getting ready to go, and that'll have to be a wrap for this trip up. And we'll catch up with you in a few days' time.